everybody. We're here for another episode celebrating AAPI month. As usual, I'm joined here with Nam. Hi, Nam. And our ever loving returning guest, which I like that you're becoming a co-host now. We got Alan. Hi, Alan.
Hello.
And then our guest of the evening, we have Mog Park. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, everybody. I know.
Oh yeah, this
Whoa,
is
whoa.
Asian mug thing, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is our I think it's our my third year participating in this. Nam and Otaku started this a couple years ago, and I've been helping out since. So it's been very fun getting to know everybody on here, and just one little cute little nice close little group. It's fun, which is fun because it's expanding every year, and I love seeing that. Getting more and more guests on here. Our guests are coming back to co-host. It's amazing.
That's
I
a
love
good
seeing
sign.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm into, oh man, my hair.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do.
Oliver was a guest last year. He was a guest last year. Now he's
Yeah, he was a guest
hello.
last year. I know. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that just means Mog is going to be a co-host next year. You know.
Oh my gosh. Foreshadowing.
It happens. It happens. We have a lot of people keep coming back now.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna do a little one of these guys, and then we'll go around just introduce ourselves.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
I'm Katie. I do all the interviews, have everybody on, the shenanigans. That's basically my channel. Go from there. Here is Nam.
Hey, I'm a Korean American, but I'm not knowledgeable about K-pop as K-pop. So I'm really shameful, but really glad that she and Otaku Hyung is hosting this year. I wasn't able to participate too much this year, but I'm glad to be part of this. I saw Miss Park's IG, the amazing art. I'm really looking
Thank you.
forward to it, and I'm really happy. Well, I mean, it's not that I'm not knocking the previous guest. He had like a Korean name, but he wasn't Korean, But
Oh,
today,
really? How
Carl
is that
Choi.
possible? I'm curious. How is that possible? You have a Korean name, but you're not Korean.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to finding
Okay.
more about how. Yeah, this is all that. This is about finding fellow Asian artists.
Ah.
They're presenting themselves. So I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Looking forward
It's
to it.
been a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm excited. And we got Alan, our other co-host for the evening. Hello, Alan.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alan Wu. I'm a Chinese American writer, screenwriter, and indie comic book creator. I got my start in the last couple of years publishing comics through my little imprint, Tortoise and Hare Comics. My first series is Shentu. It's about an immortal rabbit woman in ancient China. And I have some new series coming out soon as well.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah, I'm waiting, Ellen. I'm waiting for those books.
Yeah, no, they're on your way. Don't report me.
No. They'll be here before we know it. And our guest for the evening, there's Mog. Hi, Mog. How are you doing? Yes, very exciting.
Hello. My name is Mog Park, and I'm mainly just known as an overall illustrator. I started my real professional illustration gig when I was working for HBO, Game of Thrones, as an illustrator. So I worked for them for about 5 to 6 years. And then after that, through my husband, I got into comics, the comic industry, actually. So I do the interior art, the cover arts, everything. So thank you so much for inviting me. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I got to know you over pretty much the last, it's been like a year and a half because
Yeah.
you do the SketchUp show on the EXP with
Yeah.
Mel, and it's been a lovely time hanging in there.
Thank you.
I love seeing the live art. You guys do auctions for that, and it's just a lot of really fun times, and it's just fun to see people just doing art, and I very much appreciate that because I love my art myself. So it's always been a good time in there. So yes, thank you. Hang on one second, because I want to drop this as well. Wait, where'd this go? Oh no, where'd it go? I lost my. Oh no.
Way I met Katie is that she just suddenly came in through the comments in the SketchUp. I don't know how she found us, and she was like a burst of like sunshine suddenly. She had a really good energy in the comments, and she was so enthusiastic. And she was teaching me about anime con, anime expo, how amazing it is. And I was like, wow. She was so knowledgeable. I thought she was actually Korean. Actually,
she's honorary Korean. She's honorary Korean.
Yeah. This is the first name I ever made online. That was over 20 years ago. I just kept it. The very first one. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. There's been other ones come around the time, but yeah, it's funny. But I want to say hey to real quick. There's a couple people that are hanging in the chat. GT Key Comics. Hi, GT. What's happening? We got TM Nerdy. What's going on, TM? Michael's in the house. Hello, Michael. Still in bed. You get out of here, Jay. Hi. We got Jason in the house. What's up? Oh, Ben. What's up, Ben? And Christina. Hi. Get all that energy from Monsters and Mountain Dew. This is facts. This is facts. And lattes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yes. And this is also true. So I know the EXP because I actually know some other people that co-host on some of the other shows that are on there, because you're basically pretty much on like 24/7 on the EXP with the rotating kind of like guest stuff. But yeah, that's how I found you. And then I noticed that guys were doing the live art, and I was like, oh, I'm going in there. So that's how I found the SketchUp show with you guys. But Jay actually knows you too, because our other friend Sumo bought art from your channel. There. And that's how he got in there. So yeah, so that's exciting.
Okay.
Isn't it crazy like how big YouTube is? But we all kind of somewhat know each other.
Yeah.
Did you have some kind of event with the Feng? You having a ladies' night SketchUp? I saw that.
We never had a ladies' night. Interesting.
I thought that's coming up.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Didn't have one yet, but no, that's exciting. I adore her. She is so adorable. She was also on here a couple months ago for her Butterfly Tears campaign.
Yeah,
so pretty.
Yeah, I got the package. I need to open it. I was going to wait for Alan to send his, but
oh, hang on one second. We have our other co-host back here. We have Otaku. Hey, Otaku. Hi, Otaku.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Otaku. Yes.
Hi, Mog. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Otaku.
We already did our introduction. Yes. We kind of already did our introductions, but do you want to introduce yourself? Talk about yourself for a second?
Yeah, I'm just a YouTube creator. Just talk about comic books, and I take pride in this month because we get to connect with so many wonderful Asian creators and community members. So I'm just happy to join the conversation. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes. And here, we'll put Mog back on full screen for a second.
Is I'm wearing yellow? Is he wearing yellow? Should I take this off?
Japanese.
It'll be all black. It can be black,
I told you
only Alan's gonna be blue then.
So find a black hoodie real quick.
Yeah, so everyone's like, yeah.
Yes, it's late here. It's after 10. You're chilling today, but yes, no, I very much love watching you draw on the EXP. I think it's so much fun. I love because you have a couple different styles, but I really love like your fine line pencil and your watercolor stuff. It is so lovely. I'm a huge fan of your art.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Yes. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, Victor's saying the same thing. Your art is fantastic. That's right.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, that's exciting. Just get lots of people out here. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Yes. Oh, Bleaker's in the house. What's up, Bleaker? Yeah.
I always thought that last name was cool. You know how her last name is Payne?
Yeah.
It just sounds so badass, just for that.
Yeah,
Pain.
Super badass. Yes.
She is
Can you
badass.
imagine? Can you imagine if your first name is Max Payne?
Oh yeah, you could superhero immediately. That you're living
Yeah,
a
I'm
superhero
like,
life with that.
I'm
Yeah,
Max.
action. Yeah, you gotta have
Yeah.
that.
Christina is really no pain, no gain kind of lady. So.
Oh. Yeah. I learned that I used to have a dog, and I learned from him, no shame, no pain. Because dogs, they just go up to anybody and they sniff their whatever and they pee in front of them and they don't care. and I think because like I'm really like super shy. I mean I'm much better now, but before that dog really helped me. He really helped me, and that's when I learned from him. No shame, no pain. Like, got it.
What happened to your dog?
I had to put him down. It was really sad.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Recently. But his name was Happy. He had a happy life.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
I can say about my pet, so that's good.
Right? Oh,
Losing a pet is always really tough.
yeah, especially a dog. Oh,
Yeah, that's hard. I'm
Did you,
still not over that.
Did you go out and get another dog, or are you still
never. I don't know. I'm so scarred because I think the thought of putting the dog down and their suffering, I don't know. It just felt like murder.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can go through it again. It just maybe next time.
Hard.
I say that right, but recently my friend she has a dog, and and her dog is like 12 years old now, and she keeps going out, like actually like flying out. So she's dumping her dog to me, and I'm like babysitting her, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this dog so much.
Oh no.
Oh, your heart can mend, like even after something bad as that. It was just fascinating how your heart can mend, and I wonder if that's how it feels even with human relationships. Say like you end a relationship terribly, right? Whether it was fight death or I don't know, divorce or whatever, and you think never, I'm so scarred, I can't do it, right? And then I wonder if it's the same. If you just meet a good person and you're like, oh, it's possible. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't had that experience.
Yeah, I mean that I think it depends on the relationship, but yeah, I think we all have the capacity to recover and love again if you've lost a love or something. So
yeah,
sure.
Never get
so sick of that song.
You say you've been here 25 years, right?
Yeah.
So I've been here. I mean, I've been here 50 years, and we're fellow Koreans, but our dog culture has changed, right? Right? And if you want to have some sad story, my dog story is a pretty sad story, but I'm not going to.
Don't do it. I don't want to.
Has it changed since 25 years ago? Korean dog culture from 25 years to now?
I think tremendously. Have you seen the rescue dog channels from Korea? They're the best dog grooming and rescue videos ever on YouTube. It's always like you make you cry. Like you're just always like cry. I can't do it.
Yeah, those dogs get rescued and get all cured.
Yeah, treatment.
And all that, yeah.
Oh man, it's so sad. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay.
Oh,
I heard that NAMMAN story. Yeah. You don't want to hear my story. You don't want to hear my not right now. Not now. This is happy
Don't
time.
do it.
That's another episode.
Dramatic.
So you've been doing art for like 25 years, but then you got really into like the comic art you said about 11 years ago?
Yeah. Around, I would say 7 years, actually 7 years now.
7 years ago? And you got into comics because of Mel, your husband. And so what got you into wanting to actually do comic art? Is that something like you kind of always wanted to do, or you really kind of
because whether you say manga, mana, or webtoon or comics, especially basically the same thing. It's sequential storytelling, and it's universal. So suddenly the otaku space. Sorry, you made me laugh. I'm sorry. Not that you're a very handsome man, but it was just like dubbing over your face. Comic is basically sequential art, and I've always wanted to do sequential storytelling, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's universal.
Did you read manhwa growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom was very strict, so the only thing I was able to read or watch was news, documentaries, and nonfiction, or classical tales. You're talking like 1800s, like Tolstoy, Dostoevsky.
Oh, wow.
Hemingway, extremely.
Yeah, just educational stuff.
Very, it cannot be for entertainment. And I actually wasn't living there. I wasn't even allowed to even touch a page of mana ever.
Wow.
I didn't even know it existed. She was that blind, what do you call, like a horse, blindfolding you. And she meant well. Thank you, Mom. I love you still. But I really do. She loves me so much. It's like too much, actually, sometimes. And, but what happened was one day, I think, I don't know how, everybody was talking about at class, The Rose of Versailles, which is a classical manga. I think also classical anime. The Rose of Versailles is a Japanese manga. And then that's when I begged my mom, can I please have a go? And she finally bought me one book because I aced math or something. And that's when my mind just exploded. Yeah. So that was it. Actually, it was Rose of Versailles was my first. Yeah.
Nice. Super classic.
It is, right?
Welcome. We're going to quiz you, Sheldon.
You're going to quiz him? Nice.
So when did that start becoming, I guess, did you become obsessed with comic books at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was like a private obsession. You couldn't really.
No. Yeah, it was private. It was private. Because it was considered, taboo within my family.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's so tasty. That's why it's so tasty.
Oh, so maybe that's why. Even when I started dating my husband, it was also taboo. It's like secret.
Well.
Oh,
I'm not gonna get there.
Everything taboo is like, okay.
Were you relieved when you found out he collected comics?
Yeah, that's why. Actually, that's why he was managing an art studio with a bunch of artists, and he knew how to get to A to Z. You know how people talk about like, oh, I want to be an artist, I want to do this, and I want to make a living, I want to make a career. We all have that. Not all. You know what I mean. We all have that kind of that vague wish of something. Yeah. But he has this. This was a rare individual that was running a bunch of artists, like a military. Turns out he was army, and then he knew somehow. Just I think there are people like that. I realize they are really there. They just know when they look at something, they know how to get point A to Z. It's like a blueprint is mapped out, and then they just go like that, and then go. And I don't have that. It's like you have the fuel, but you don't. You have the fuel, but you don't have that engine. He was like the engine to get me going. So
nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I like this comment from Dan. He says, "Your mom forced you to go to the library, grow up, and you went straight to the comics section."
I didn't have a comic section. I wish it did.
Yeah, they have anime, they have comics, they have mangas in there now. It's amazing what you can fit at the library. Like you can get trades to read full runs of stuff. It's great.
And you can even order it from other libraries, and
please hit the thumbs up.
Yes, please.
Even just like click on the share. So
yes, please do that. Yeah, please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Because you also have the XP channel that you are one of the shows that they do for SketchUp. How did you get involved with the EXP for SketchUp?
Just all through my husband.
It's just all through Mel.
Everything, the secret sauce. His success was Mel.
Does he have a comic book channel? Does he have a comic book channel? Your husband?
No, but he used to have a comic book shop, several shops.
Oh my
He's-
goodness!
In the 90s.
He's like a true like geek then.
OG.
So-
This is like
Oh,
there's
OG.
more than one reason to get to know you. I mean, it's like, who is coming?
Yeah, he knew. So I don't know how he does it because he loves comics so much.
There
So
you go.
during COVID, right? So you know how everybody during COVID they were having their own channel. It was like a explosion of something going on, right? Like it was actually the explosion of almost like online shopping. Do you guys remember?
Yes,
Just went
I remember.
crazy. And this guy, somehow he was, I guess, just want to fill his time. Mel is a very productive guy. So he is just looking at all the channels that guys were actually selling comics or talking about comics. And he was a subscriber to that. And one of the subscribers was actually Nick Barucci, who is I think it's the CEO of I don't know, is it owner of Dynamite? I never get the titles right. But he had the show, and he was just starting out just by himself. So he's been there, Mel's been there from the beginning, just buying from him or chatting or being like an avid viewer of him. And somehow that connection got to me later on. You're talking like 2 years down at least. And then Nick Barucci eventually approached me and Mel saying, do you guys want to do a show? That's how it got started. So if you think about it, it really is the impetus of everything is Mel. I don't know if the impetus, I would say he's more like what's that word? Starts with C.
This one right here that Jay put in the chat, the catalyst to motivate you in your
Catalyst. Thank you, catalyst.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Sometimes you just, I'm sorry, you have to be honest with yourself. Like you want to achieve so many stuffs, you want to do so many things, but you really take a hard look at yourself and say, do I have the personality or whatever to it? And if it doesn't, don't worry. It's not the end. You just find a guy or a girl who has it, and you genuinely have to admire that person because they're going to talk a lot of crap to you, so, like a military sergeant. And you better really love that person and respect that person. And then you listen to that person and then you work together and then go from there. So don't worry, you guys don't have it. You can have the passion. You really can. You do have to have the passion, but if you don't know how to get there, don't worry. I'm the example. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
Why? You gotta yobo. You got a wife who helps you. But isn't there a saying?
I gotta find the guy. Okay.
Oh, you gotta find a man. It's okay. But isn't there a saying? I mean, seriously, like whenever you look at athletes or whatever who succeeded, anybody, they never did it alone. It's always because there's somebody at the back
system.
And I, growing up in an Asian culture, my dad was my mom and dad are both intellectuals, and it's extremely competitive, especially because they were from a baby boomer era. Can you imagine in one class, their numbers were like 80 or 70 to 80 per class homeroom.
Wow.
And you have to compete through
class.
that. Yeah, you have to compete that, and you only have 10 job openings.
Right.
So it's super cutthroat. So they're from that. And I happen to be also baby boom generation. So my class was from 50 to 60 per class. So mine was extremely cutthroat. And growing up, I don't know, did your parents ever say this where don't make friends? They're useless. All you got to do is study. Everything is a distraction.
That's
only
hardcore.
Study.
That's super hardcore.
No, but didn't your parents say that?
So I grew up in America. I don't think they ever said that.
Really?
But I think in Asian culture, maybe there's a little bit of that. Yeah.
I think I like some of that sentiment growing up, but it wasn't stated like that directly, you know. It was like more like, you know, you should focus on your studies over your friendship, studies over your friends. But it wasn't like, don't, you know, don't make friends.
Yeah, friends, your secondary.
I think that is a good lesson though, because ultimately you're in a small pool. I'm just speaking in the United States, right?
Yeah.
In the United States, you're in a small pool, but then when you become an adult and you graduate and you enter the real world, you're just in a larger pool and it's more competitive. So if you're dominating in a small pool, you'll be more competitive in the larger pool. So, you know, if you're not doing well at a young stage, I would, you know, this is like what I would want to teach my son, I think, like at least kind of along those lines, right? Just like, you're in a small pool right now. You got to really do well in this small pool, because when you go out into the real world, it's more cutthroat and it's more, you know, just competitive. So
you know,
I do agree with the sentiment of your parents for sure.
You do?
Yes.
You know what's funny about that though is that, yeah, like when you're a kid, you hear, you know, you have to focus on studies, but and not to make friends. But if you're trying to, you know, make it in, you know, the entertainment industry, or like probably a lot of industries as well, what people start telling you then is that like the most important thing is essentially making friends, you know, because it's about, you know, networking and connecting with people. And that, you know, that's just as important as the work you're doing, if not more. So in some ways, like it actually would have been very useful to, you know, start building those social skills when we were younger. So, you know, there was value in making friends as a kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually coming from both worlds, from OTAKU and Alan. So OTAKU is my former life, and Alan's my latter life. I would say it's good, but I'm going to tell you the consequence of that, OTAKU, is that you inadvertently, subconsciously teach your child that human beings are kind of worthless. Only you're important. Like only you're competitive, and your win achievements are important.
Right.
And that made me very, as a young kid, very nihilistic. And that was not good. I was not a good person, I think. But after, when I came to America, it's a total culture shock. And then when I finally went out and when I got out of my own house and I started my own job, and just like working under a regular whatever job. It was a storage place, actually. My first job was a department store. You know, like everybody would go through like those customer service jobs. I realized you need to be. I wish I was like Alan, where I wish I had social skills. Because people seem to get so much advantage just by like that social skills, like just be who they are, like they emanated, and people just like go to you for that. And it was just so strange. Like I'm thinking I'm smarter, technically I'm smarter than you, and technically I'm skillful than you, I work better than you. But why? You know, logically it doesn't suddenly make sense anymore. So because of that view I had since I was growing up, but now that view, if I look at it back, it was just a kind of a horrible thing to do. What's important is both are good. You got to nurture both somehow.
Yeah.
Human beings, yeah.
Do you think there was like, because in Korea, it is a very social environment, right? You are like kind of stuck with people at work.
Very.
You have to basically get along with them, and sometimes kiss their butts and stuff. Just like get ahead, right? So it is a little bit disingenuous, but there is a tight social kind of in that society, right?
Extremely. Actually, more so genuine than here, I realized. We're actually similar to Japan. So if you ever I learned this through Mel, because Mel had a lot of businesses dealing with Japanese people. That he did a lot of import export. And what he learned was he told me how he learned what their culture was like, and it was so similar to Korea. What we do is when we start hiring you, the first thing we do is we're going to go out. Everybody goes out and we're going to make you drink. We're going to drink and drink. Because when you drink, then everything gets loosens up, right? And then we want to observe your true character.
Right.
And see, can we work together?
Yeah.
And once we see that you can handle and you are social, then we can accept you.
Absolutely.
I mean, and then it's really sometimes extremely close, like a sisterly, brotherly thing.
Absolutely.
Like the bond, it's more genuine than here, which is so bizarre.
You're like a family at that point. It's like you're stuck together, you're working together. You might as well get along, and you know.
Yes.
Yeah, because
it's so
you can't
strange.
do anything about your boss, right?
Yeah, it's like we have to drink. We'll buy, and we're gonna give you a drink. And the way you accept the drink, the way how much you drink it, and the way you stick to your principles, all of it, we subconsciously or we, secretly are observing you.
Yeah.
And if you're kind of a non-team player, then. But also, if you're too much of a pushover, then it's a bit we judge you as well. So it's a fine, strange balance. Yeah, I don't know. I wish sometimes we can do that right over here. Oh, you got hired. It's a new employee. Everybody now, we're gonna go out for drinks. I'm gonna drink till 3 a.m. And then not only do you have to drink, we're gonna go karaoke. I'm gonna see how you sing. And then,
and that's the thing. Like it's all hierarchical. So the older you are, the more kind of respect and reverence the younger generation has to kind of work their way up and prove themselves, and so they get all the sort of the tasks and the and the singing, assignments as well. You got to entertain your seniors, so it's very. Yeah, it's a lot of stress and pressure, but I agree. It can create a tight bond when that works well.
Yeah, actually, Sheldon mentioned that make you drink happened in the college, right? Even in college, when I entered college, all the senpais come and say everybody was drinking, and then we do it. They go through that. So
yeah.
But if you love drinking, I mean, we're drinking culture. It's fine, but if you don't like drinking, then man, that's gonna be bad for you.
It's tough, yeah. Well, Mom, do you like to drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my grandpa was at least like 2-3 bottles a day, soju guy, soju man.
Okay.
Yeah.
And growing up watching him drink around, I think I was starting from 16. I started drinking with him.
Oh, wow.
Under his tutelage.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an education right there. That's like
okay.
That's culture.
Let me drink with you. Here you go. You earned it today. 1 shot. And then the 1 shot becomes 2 shots later on, and then it becomes the whole bottle, and then it's like the best thing ever. And then it's lunch, dinner, and except for breakfast. Yeah. I loved it. I love drinking with my grandpa.
Oh, wow.
What about you guys? How were you taught how to drink?
Me? I was not allowed to drink, but I learned how to drink in college. I was like a straight A student when I was in high school, and then when I went to college, for 6 months I was a straight A student. And when they got to know me, I got stuck with this guy who was a drug addict.
Oh dear.
My roommate, and so, but I didn't want to be drug addict. And I didn't get along with him well. And then finally, somebody invited both of us to a party, and I said yes, because I want to get away from this guy. And he had the same thing in his mind too, I guess. And then that's when I learned about the Everclear and Kool-Aid. And and I was nobody knew me before that day. After that day, everybody in the campus knew me. I mean, it was like everybody, they knew I was a black belt in Taekwondo. They knew I was doing this, and everybody, they knew who my name was, and I mean everything about me. And I didn't know anything about anybody else because I was gone. I was and when they say, "No, come on, come on and sit with us," and I say, who are you guys? I mean, and it was
Wow.
so it's like I had to get to know. I had to like get to know them, and then I was all of a sudden popular guy, and then I found out I kicked somebody in the head, and
Oh man.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was like I became a star right after that. So ever since then, whenever people go out, no, come on with us, and that's why I love to drink.
Wow.
Whoa. This is like an origin story. I'm hearing for the first time. It's like, what?
The party animal. Yeah, you kicking the bottles off people's heads to
Well,
demonstrate your
can I
black
drink,
belt skills.
those days and you're right. Those friends those drinking buddies, I'm still friends with those guys right now.
Nice.
Which college was this?
It was Oklahoma State University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And those guys, I still, hang around with those guys. I mean, we always talk on phone, even though they live in Oklahoma, I live here. Those guys are like my brothers. So
Yeah. Wow.
That's
You know,
awesome.
I can see the attraction because I mean, when you smile, your face is like made to smile. You got a nice
Oh.
what do you call this? What do you call it when you smile? You get this
The laugh
blue-
lines.
Oh,
Yeah.
it becomes like
yeah.
all cute and round and crunchy. Like, oh, it's so cute. And
Yeah, you want to do this. You want to do that, right?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't have it. I think because I don't have any flesh here.
I didn't know that.
It's like this. And anybody, we're all attracted to positive energy. As much as like
Yes.
we're creators, we're all pretty much creators here. And we swim in our negative all the time, most of the time, probably. But you and I have like this, and we're like, oh, sunshine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy.
No, you really do. I'm not. I'm not-
Style.
Okay, we're extending this to 2 hours, okay?
What? Oh my God. I think Alan is like secretly crying. He's like tears rolling down. Oh, I want
Is
to.
that right?
I want.
I mean, I'm
want to
I'm
do
on
that.
I'm on Las Vegas time, so it's still pretty early for me.
Yeah. No, I don't mind. Oh, hey, Lorena, what's happening?
Oh, wow.
This cheek obsession. Listen, we all have adorable cheeks. Look at. There's Nam. Look at here's what I just picture everybody. Look at me. I got
Yeah, you actually have it. I think
I've been
because
cheeks
the
for days. I
camera.
know I got a lot.
Yeah, it's so cute.
They do that. Oh, what do they do
I think-
now? They go
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Otaku and I were, and maybe Alan were both like devoid of. Oh no, actually, Otaku you have a little bit. Yeah.
I try to
I don't
smile.
know.
I try to smile as much as I can.
I'm sorry, Otaku. You're not attractive as Nam here when you smile. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I mean, you're attractive, but
He's my someday when it comes to looks, for sure.
when it comes to Nam, I don't think anybody can steal his smile. It's so
Yeah.
nice. I think it's
Oh,
made. It's what called a heart shape. I think it's called the heart shape.
Yes,
That's what it
the
is.
heart, yeah.
I don't have.
I don't know shit.
He's blushing. We need
I
a clip
love-
this. That was adorable. Come on. Yes, damn the light. Yes. And Derek over here is saying, whatever you do, don't get Mog started on aliens. Oh my.
No, that smell. My husband Mel.
I only get this brush when I drink. I haven't even drink anything yet.
Aw.
Yeah.
Adorable.
I'm sorry, Nam.
yes.
I didn't mean to.
You made his day.
embarrass
You
you.
made his week. Yeah.
Oh, I did.
This is a highlight.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I think it's because I observe people's faces because I draw.
Mhm.
Mm.
So I'm actually I'm literally making an artistic statement here. No,
Okay.
I'm not saying this out of like
You
whatever.
can read like the energy, right, of a individual.
No, I can't read energy out of people. It's strange. My husband can, but I can't.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Can you?
if you're studying face, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because you know, when you
Sheldon
become a
is
good artist,
refused to
you
get a
just
bottle.
find that you find beauty in things, you know. So
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. I find beauty in things.
Yes.
But can you
That's-
guys can you guys read energy? Like, you know how people say the vibe? Can you guys do it? I can't do it.
I think it's a very Korean thing. Like a Korean is like Koreans, I think, tend to like look at somebody and make a judgment on their like energy or their like their ki, their
Oh.
not. I think there's some truth to that because you can like, and I think it's like some people have like confidence and an aura about them, and then others it's not as evident. It's like you kind of have to. It's not evident from like a first impression type thing. Maybe it takes some time to expose it, but maybe it's artificial. Who knows? But I think there's a little bit of that. No.
I don't know. I see it. Even here, I see people in America, the culture here, they talk about it like, "Oh man, that guy gave me a bad vibe."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just don't trust him.
Yes.
I think we all have it, but mine just on a very low spectrum. But my husband is very high, so sometimes we're just talking. We never conversed with this lady, and after talking, I think she's the best thing ever. And my husband would say, "Don't associate with her.
Oh, wow.
She's bad news." Turns out she was like a drug dealer, like meth addict and stuff. So I don't know how he does that. It's crazy. You guys do
All
that?
the
You
years
guys
of
have
sales. Yeah, probably. as well.
Is he in sales?
Actually, yeah, he was in because
okay.
he owned a business. He was accountant. He's a very social guy. I mean, I seem pretty extroverted here, probably, but I'm kind of an introverted person. My husband
work with that 관상 볼 줄 아느냐?
Oh yeah, 관상, yeah.
관상, yeah. So it's like, can you? Those, I mean, it's like a fortune tellers, here.
Yeah.
They could look at your face and go, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have a happy life, or you're gonna have a sad life." I mean,
like a personality thing, like where they read the palm, like
palm
reading. It's like face reading.
Yeah. So you should marry him or not him or all that.
Yeah.
Supposed to be expert in that. I mean, yeah.
My mother-in-law, bless her soul, I love her to death. Don't get me wrong. She's a great person.
Yeah.
But she is super into like Buddhism, and she like there's apparently like you can look at your birth date, the time you were born, and like get all these indications on whether like your future basically, or like if this year is going to be a good year or if this year is going to be a bad year, and you have to do all these things. If it's a bad year, you have to like take extra like make extra efforts to get the god's favor, and it's just like what like it's really like wow, okay. It borders on like it borders on like obsessive, but yeah, she really like firmly believes that stuff. It's weird.
Is this Japanese? Is this Japanese culture? Or what is this?
It's Japanese culture, yeah.
That is so fascinating because my grandmother, who passed away, is a devout Buddhist, and my mother was brought up as a devout Buddhist, but she changed to Catholicism, and she's a zealot now.
Mm-hmm.
But they do the same thing. It's somehow like shamanism and Buddhism is like tied together, and it's really intricately laced.
Right.
So when I was studying, because I like studying history, and then I was studying India, the history of India and Hinduism, and Ayurveda and all this stuff, and they're also the same. Yeah. Astrology, astronomy, everything is all intricately tied with the religion.
Yeah.
And it's like that somehow just branched to China, Japan. I don't know about China anymore, but Japan and Korea. That's insane. How I thought you were talking like, oh my God, my grandma did the same. Like she would always go to Buddhist and then like a monk and then.
So do you have a religion that, I mean, you're kind of here in the, you know, in America, in the Americas. What's your worldview on religion now?
I was a very radical even when I was I go by logic. So if you're a logical person in a religious household, you're kind of hated. You're the black sheep. And you know what? The sad thing is, I was altar boy. I was so.
Oh, okay.
I was everything Catholic. Like
Yeah.
my mom was grooming me to literally become a nun
Oh.
from day one, almost. I think. So, yeah, she was doing all the steps to get me there. But I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It's my logic keeps saying, this doesn't make sense. I can't do it. I'm sorry, Mom. But yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm very neutral. I'm very open-minded and neutral. As long as you can convince me to a degree with some logic, I'm okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I was going to ask you as a follow-up, like, do you think there's any kind of, you know, do you give credence to any of those like astrological, like, you know, signs and, you know, like palm readings and all those, you know,
Yeah. I do to some degrees because again, I use logic. And if in my opinion, I see everything as pattern recognition, especially if it's face reading, palm reading, even in an animation world when I was studying 2D animation at the time, because we go by shape language of a face. Mm-hmm. So if a certain face looks like square or jaw, it means you're reliable. Right away, that's subconscious to us. Yeah. You know, like, so we use this shape language as artists to depict a character or a personality anyway. So for me, I mean, so I actually see it as if this certain under whatever, say, this planet or whatever, this position, because astrology, when I kind of looked into it, it's very mathematical and I like math. So it was like, they're not just making stuff. It feels like they're looking at this, they're calculating their astronomy, the sky.
Right.
So they're doing divisions and equations and everything to get to whatever they are. And they have records of it. And they've been doing it for what, 5,000 years at least? Yeah. There's some credence to it, I feel like. There's some pattern recognition they've recorded that computes to this result. Not that I'm saying that I completely believe in it.
Yeah.
But it seems pretty reliable in a strange way.
Yeah.
And then, and there's also, so I don't know, as long as everything is like pattern recognition, even like Mel, we talked about it right now, like vibe or intuition.
Yeah.
Katie, she said, you just said maybe he sold a lot, sales, right? Mm-hmm. And it's from pattern recognition, right? Because you keep dealing with people. Mm-hmm. And after a while, you build up this thing. And that's where intuition comes from. It's just
That's interesting. Yeah, because I was always amazed by, like, you go to these fortune tellers, right? And they read you so well. I'm just like, how did you know that? And it's
know, it's crazy.
It's just like, if you feel like, that they know something deep because you've never met them, you've never had any kind of interaction with them, but they know all these, like, I bet you do this, I bet you do that, and you're like,
yeah. Yeah, it's insane. Like, they'll say you have a red car because of this and this, and then that's why I love it. It's not like psychics, oh, I see something. They say, I think you have this because, and then they'll say the reason, like, 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah.
So they'll say, for example, your Mars is here and it's here and here, and right now the timing and the calculation is here. Therefore, this is happening. It's like, wow. You're kind of making you're using logic. Logic, by the way, logic doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but you're using a logical system get to here. Yeah. That's fascinating. And when they're always like correct on it, it just blows my mind.
Right.
And that's where I'm really like, hooked. Like, wow. And I think that's why I like sometimes looking into the occult or like Derek said, aliens, like patterns. I was like, oh, this is so interesting.
Yeah, all that lore is kind of really interesting when you really get down to it, especially when you deal with like folklore too, like different cultures, but how some of them kind of intersect, even though they're completely different, like millions of miles away from each other, that they kind of all kind of have some similar things and backgrounds, which is really fascinating to me. I love learning about all that kind of stuff.
The sewing machine.
Go ahead now.
You know the sewing machine? It was invented by two persons same time. I mean, I think they even dreamt about it. So it's like,
oh really?
Yeah. So it's like, how in the heck two person do that? And invent it at the same time, right? Like,
well, according to Carl Jung, he has something called the collective unconsciousness, subconsciousness. So when we all have a collective pattern thing deep down.
That makes sense, yeah.
And he has something called, we have all collective within subconsciousness, the collective one. It's like the archetypes, the father, the mother, the judge. We all have it.
Right.
And taking from that kind of, Carl Jung was really into also that stuff, the astrology and everything.
Right. So there's some, there's some grand design is kind of like, we're evolving towards something, right?
Yeah.
It
was really interesting. And then from then on, from Carl Jung, this guy Joseph Campbell, American thinker, and he wrote The Hero with a Thousand Faces. Did you guys ever read that? It's a kind of philosopher type of thing, but George Lucas read that book. He was really into Joseph Campbell. So Here with a Thousand Faces is basically where he is looking at all the myths and folktales around the world, Joseph Campbell. And he started to see this amazing pattern. Common theme. It's insane. They always have the same kind of beginning, middle, and end kind of thing. And he's like, why is this? And then because he was kind of a student of, and not literally a student of Carl Jung, but he really was heavily influenced by Carl Jung. He took that and he made the book about The Hero with a Thousand Faces. And it's actually a really good book. If you're a writer, if you want to do writing, it's a really good book to read. It's actually easy to read, surprisingly, for earlier literature. And George Lucas used that as a frame model to see if it really works. And he did the Star Wars story, and that became a huge hit. So
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What's his name? Stephen King. He talks about how the writing comes through him. He doesn't feel like him writing, but writing just comes through you. As an artist, does that happen to you when you draw stuff? Does it come through you rather than you intentionally drawing something, or something other than you is controlling what comes out?
I think so. I never really thought about it until everything is, for me, when I draw or paint, everything has an intention and a reason why. I can't stand it when I ask my artist friend, "Oh my God, this is so amazing. How'd you do this? Why'd you do this?" And they're oh my God, I don't know why. 10 out of 10, their answers like this. I don't know, I just felt like it. It drives me nuts. How can you not know? You're spending hours. So, but I'm not like that. So I always know exactly why I do this and that. And that's what I thought, right? But one day I had a couple of stories, but I'll tell you one story. Just recently I did a cat painting. And I was in Maui, invited for Maui Con.
Nice.
And this family friend, well, not a family friend, this good guy, he housed me. And every night I slept there, I was having nightmares and sleep paralysis.
Oh no.
And I'm like, oh my God, why? and it was weird. And I had my own AC unit, and I would set it to like, say 78 degrees. And I go out and I eat dinner with them. I come back, and suddenly it's like 84. I'm like, who's doing this? Why are you doing this? This is insane. So I was just having so much trouble dreaming. And later on, the last night I was staying, my friend, he said, him and his wife said that this house was actually very haunted. And they even had to invite a shaman, a Hawaiian shaman, to bless the house. And when the shaman came, he said that this is actually built on a burial ground.
Oh, creepy.
And I see a lot of Tupo warriors. And I see a lot of huge Hawaiian warriors here. Like he says, you have like 72 ghosts in here. So he said he spread them out. He put a ward around it, but he kept four dudes, each guarding each corner. And there's a cat ghost, and there's a dog ghost, but he put the cat in the back and then the dog in the front or something, and that's it. He's like, he'll leave it like that. So bizarre. So the next year I came, and he said, do you want to sleep in the same room? I'm like, no, please don't make me sleep in the same room. I don't want to have nightmares. And it's like, the house is blessed. You should have no problems. Like, no. So what I did was as a gift, because they keep housing me for free, I'm like, I can't do this. I have to pay you somehow. So I created an art piece because they like cats. So I created an art piece called The Guardian Cat. Because it was mainly for me, really. So I created
the cat ghost.
the Japanese red gates that goes out just nowhere.
Yeah.
Open gates.
Yes.
So I did a gate, and then I did a big cat inside, which is one of their house cats, by the way. And then I did a little girl, like a miko, shrine maidens, just like sleeping. And then the cat is vigilant like this, and the girl is just sleeping peacefully, taking a nap.
Aww.
And I said, hey, I made this for you. Hang it up. But it's a present for you. I know it means a lot to you. I know you love cats, but please, I'm blessing your house. Extra reinforcing. I have a hard time believing in this stuff, but just the intention should be good enough, I feel like. But what I did was, when I drew the girl, she was holding a broomstick, like sleeping, like as if she was like sweeping the floor and she fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I gave it to the wife, her name is Wendy. She's so sweet. She's like, oh my God, did my husband ever tell you that I had very bad attacks, like anxiety or something? It's like, no, he never did. And he said, and the only thing that it was really bad. It was a dark time. And she said she was suffering for about like a year. And everybody was worried about her. And the only thing that made her feel safe or at ease was when she was holding the broomstick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's like, how did she ever tell you about this? And I said, no, never.
And you, when you were drawing, you didn't intentionally think I'll give her a broomstick. It was just like it came to you at that time.
Yeah, because I feel like just her sleeping. No. I just felt like it was just appropriate for the story more so. Like she was maybe sweeping the floor. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy? But stuff like that happens. So in a very long about way, I hope I answered your question. Somehow you pick it up, and
sometimes you draw with someone else's control, right?
Maybe we're all picking up whatever, like you said, the sewing machine. We pick up something from you, And then if I really connect with you, maybe I pick up something and then I paint it.
Yeah.
But some stuff like that happened quite a bit with me. So
I used to.
Wow.
I mean, I'm an engineer, so I like to invent things, right? But
Okay.
sometimes I don't know why those ideas comes to me, right?
yeah, right? Yeah.
I mean, you just I go, oh yeah, I know how to solve that, but I don't know why I know how to solve that. It just happens because I guess I've been in that field for so long that sometimes it comes natural. But sometimes I go, why didn't this come to somebody else?
Yeah.
Because it's not like yeah. I mean, seems like there's somebody other than me doing that. That's what I'm saying. And I do art too, by the way. So, and sometimes I feel that way, and I go,
Yeah.
wow, I wish I could draw that good all the time. But,
I think there's a saying in Korea, we call that 신들렸어, right? You know that saying?
yeah.
신들렸어, yeah. Like it means God has possessed you for a bit.
Possess you.
A spirit. The spirit has a spirit or something holy, divine has possessed you for a bit. Entered you. I think literally means entered you. And then they
NAMMAN, take the wheel.
Yeah.
Would you say you're pretty superstitious then? Like, do you I guess, believe in like bad luck and do things to kind of avoid, like create good
I don't think I am, but
vibes and I guess fortune around your.
I don't think to your maybe mother-in-law's degree, because the logical part keeps clashing.
Okay.
There's that other side saying, Mog, this doesn't make rational sense.
Yeah, like statistically speaking, that part comes out, right? Like statistically speaking, there's no way this would happen.
Yeah, but I think like lately I've been just because we're all scientists. I think we're all curious inside, kind of like Nam, I guess. We're like, okay, you say this stuff, so you're saying if I try it, it's gonna work? I'll give it for a month and see. It's a science experiment. Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
And then if it works, oh wow, that's amazing. So I'm very open-minded. Yeah.
Nice.
I wonder why you keep asking this. Did your mother-in-law tell you something like don't drive a red car or something like that?
Well, I think our family. I think so. I think I do have a lot of it. I had a lot of anxiety like growing up, and even today, like I always have the dream where I'm studying for a test. Do you guys have that dream?
Yeah, all the time.
So, like,
Yes.
you're
Homework.
Like, yeah, like you have a big test and you've studied, but now the elevator is stuck or something, and it's just like it's like these like anxiety.
There's some anxiety thing happening.
But
Yeah.
I think my wife is like that as well. It's like I was attracted to somebody just like me, so we're just this really like kind of on edge couple that always expects the worst to happen, but fortunately nothing like that's happened yet. So
I don't know. I think if some people are just more sensitive spiritually or whatever, sixth sense, because I remember my younger sister, she used to see ghosts, and when she was a kid, and then it kind of until maybe she was college.
Yeah.
And I kind of I knew she's not a crazy person.
Yeah.
She's very rational.
Yeah.
So that got me like just very open-minded, and like some people were very sensitive, and those things help. Go for it, embrace it all you want. Have I done anything like that?
Well, I think Sheldon. I think he wants us to talk about comic book. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Let's talk about comic book. Yeah. Michael Turner. Superman.
So Mark, I see a lot of things behind you. They look to be kind of like art pieces and different. Can you talk to some of that? Like
pine cone.
All of this is decorated by my husband. This is my husband's collection. Except the
Cool.
one I really like is the Lone Wolf and Cub manga here.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the
The manga, yeah.
classic. Yeah,
Nice.
All
that's a
right.
good story.
I love that story.
Oh, you guys, this is a good story, right? It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and I have a couple of the Blade of Immortal.
Great. Oh, that those.
Yes.
Freaking love this guy, man. And
I got
Blade of
it in
Immortal.
Korean. I got it in Korean.
oh, you have it? Okay.
Yeah.
And other than that, these are all these like this is Dark Child. These are like his
Yes.
Dark Child.
Dark Child.
Oh, Dark
yes.
Child. Oh,
I have a
these are his-
giant, like 30 by 25 poster in front of me of Dark
I
Child.
see a Vampirella statue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this vampire. Actually,
Yeah.
Nick Barucci, in his experience show, he was giving this is like a $300 to $400 value statue,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
he was giving it away, and he gave it to me during the show.
Aw.
Nice.
Oh, it was pure luck. You know, like how you do the wheel thing, and then
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It was a-
Yeah. I think that's how it happened, but I don't know. I think he maybe intentionally gave it to me. I don't know, but it was such an honor. So, and as you can see, like I don't know if you can see. If you go further, you see he even
Wow.
my husband keeps the statue's box.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's I don't know if you can see here. This is like very vague, but
Jeff,
that's
Jeff is missing out, Jeff.
Yes.
Vampire Hunter D. The
Oh,
statue.
yeah.
That's Trigon. That's a Trigon. I forgot that guy's name. Trigon. The Trigon.
Again, yeah, from the
Yeah.
old school animes, yeah.
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 I see the Frazetta ones up top too.
Oh, he's got all the Frazettas. He loves
Wow.
Frazettas.
Yeah, I've got two of those right there.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
and this is one of my. Oh, this I should be behind that. Yeah, all the Conan. It's got a you can't really see, but there's Conan statue here in a box, of course, and all the Conan books. And oh, do you know these things? This Frank Frazetta, they used to have this where the Frazetta
Yes.
magazine.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
those. So good. Yeah.
Mel collected all of that. So
Yes.
Pretty
Cool.
cool.
You know,
Uh,
Big
are you
Frazetta.
guys like that? Are you guys like that where either you or your spouse is super like good at interior design or decoration and they just decorate it so nice for you?
we have
they
a
do
question.
that?
There's two people who said, I think you said Sprygun, but they think
Oh,
I think they
I know.
they heard Trigun.
Spriggan. I said Spriggan. Actually, there was another anime
Yeah.
called Spriggan. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, there I do.
Do you
Yes,
guys-
yeah. 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 We actually have a couple art questions in the chat. Hang on.
Okay,
We have one
please.
from Lorena. We could answer this one first so that we could go to the art questions because she wanted to know, do Asian cultures have like a Day of the Dead type culture or like event or anything like that that people celebrate for that? Yes.
Yeah, I think don't wait to have that the New Year's. We do worship.
Jesannar. You guys know what
Yeah.
Jesannar is, right?
It's worshiping your
Yeah.
ancestors, kind of ancestor worship.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
honoring the dead. You know,
Honoring the dead, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Prepare like
Yeah.
like
But
a
it's
few-
specifically your ancestors, though.
yeah, just your
Yeah, yeah.
ancestors, right?
Yeah, but
You're
we
direct.
do have a Solar, where
Yeah.
people
Solar,
university use it for that kind of things, you know.
Yeah, so I remember that. What about Japan? I think they do have it too because I used to live there.
Yeah, Japan has. I think there's less of it. It's not to the degree, I think of Korea, but they definitely set up a memorial, and then they'll at special periods, like again, the end of the year, the New Year's, they'll kind of bow and pray and light incense and
Yeah.
do something
Yeah.
similar. So yes.
Yeah. Do you want to hear something like interesting? You know how
Yes.
how we see a lot of in Asian culture, they say when you die, we see the mom or the dad or grandpa saying, come here, I'll take you. And you're like, oh, grandma, you just go. But But actually, I found out that in Hinduism, and I think this is the same, it's actually agents of the reapers come to collect you.
Oh.
Oh.
And they know they're going to freak out. So they wear the faces of your,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, to make you feel just,
Yeah.
I'm safe. You can trust me. So come here.
Do you
And
think
then you go.
Do you think that's a cultural thing? Because I feel like every culture has a different version of that. So, but it's weird how it's like, are you subconsciously learning it from your culture, or are you? Because it's not like you decide, okay, when I die, I'm going to see this. It's just like, it's just one of those weird things. What do you think it's like a cultural thing then? Something subconscious that we're picking up?
Yeah. I think it's like we're going back to that collective subconscious thing where maybe there's a universal truth. There are several universal laws, universal truths. And I think maybe that's one of it. Because you're seeing same pattern in almost every culture, right?
Right.
So the ancestor thing, I think that's part of the reason.
Yeah, because in Western cultures, it's like you see a light. You see a light, like a door or something, and you want to walk toward the light in the door. And I'm like, that's just, I don't know if Asian cultures necessarily see a light, but they definitely have like, you see somebody greeting you, or somebody like, someone inviting you to somewhere, and it's similar but different. But it's just weird.
Yeah. I think because we're Asians, very skeptical by nature. Like a light, like no. It has to be literally mom or dad or your grandma coming like, hey, come here.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. You just, okay, I trust you now. Yeah. Because if it's a light, I think I'll be like you, Dan. Oh, it feels so good. I feel like I can trust it, but there's a part if you're very skeptical in nature, like I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Let me see here. It's Nam. It's Nam. Walk to the light because Nam is the light. We actually have a lot of art questions in the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up your Instagram. I can start showing off some of your art a little bit, and then we can answer these art questions that people have here. Because I really want to get people to see some of your art. They're not familiar with it because it's lovely. Okay, I can't figure out where.
Yeah, we've been like making them anticipate, and finally they get to see some art.
Yeah. Boom. All right, 1 second. Let's make us tiny so we can see all this.
I love that.
There we go.
What do you call that? Logo.
What? Her signature?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my name. If you look at the cat, right, from right to left, you start, that's the M, that's the O, and the G. That's my name.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of all your art styles because I love this, like the watercolor, then fine line pencil stuff that you have. And then you have like more refined, like comic book style art, which is really cool. But I love seeing all the different parts of your art.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
See.
Part of it is submerged.
Yeah, it's actually, do you know Magic the Gathering? I love Magic the Gathering.
Oh, wow.
This customer commissioned me to do an MTG card. And it's the Gaia Skyfolk. So it's a blue card where she's actually a mermaid type of creature, but she has flying ability. So I'm sorry, I sound like a nerd.
Beautiful,
but
it's lovely. It's beautiful. It's so pretty. Like I like your use of like the color pencils that you can see in here, like pencils, but also like watercolors. It's so lovely.
Thank you.
Really, so this was like a trading card size?
No, this was like about a 9x12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it was a lot of detail for like a small.
Yeah. Thank you. This was actually I just finished doing this in Calgary. When I was in Calgary, just 2 weeks ago. Thank you for liking that.
You're welcome. And then Dan wanted to know: do you think artists reuse the same faces when they draw?
Yeah, of course. Especially if you're doing stylized art. If you're doing stylized art like manga or comics, yeah, you have to.
I mean,
Oh.
Jessica Campbell, Mike Grill. I mean, I could think of a bunch of guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Jim Lee. Come on.
Jim Lee.
All the
Yes.
Yeah.
always.
He's definitely.
I think it's
do you
the-
have like
Yeah.
like who are your creative influences?
Okay. So for me, creative influences, I would say. Do you remember Final Fantasy, the designer Yoshitaka Amano?
Mhm.
Yes, I see that a lot. In
Oh,
some
you
of your,
do?
especially your fine line pencils. Yes. Let me
Uh,
see. There was one piece down here I saw.
Yeah.
It's like it really gave me this one right here.
Mm.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
That's a card
Yeah.
size, by the way. Literally, you can see it's a sketch card. But yeah, thank you.
Oh, so you say you work for the you work for what's that IP?
The Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
yeah.
Game of Thrones. Right?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
There's a bunch of ads,
see.
so I think those are ads.
Yeah. May
So
8th.
it's not
So
really-
tomorrow is when
And-
you're gonna have the all ladies night show.
Yes.
So
When is
tomorrow.
that? When
on
is that?
EXP.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. It's the
tomorrow.
all ladies show for the EXP. It starts at 7 p.m.
PST,
Pacific
so that's
time.
10 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
And you know,
but
funny thing is,
everybody's
yeah,
down there. Oh yeah, go.
the funny thing is, I don't really see it. Oh, thank you. I don't really see it, the Amano influence anymore. I feel like it's not there, but I guess people still see it. That's interesting.
It's really gorgeous. Yeah, you have like I said, you have a couple of different styles that you go over, like your pencils, your watercolors, but I think it's amazing. Yeah, Amano
Thank
is
you.
great. I think so.
I think
That's a good question too.
Muka was also a good
Oh, my favorite illustrator. Yes,
Alphonse Muka, right?
Yeah, I love Muka. It's a good question. How do you know how to design a cover? Because you also do cover work as well.
Yeah. For me, it's like, first of all, what is the content? It's you compartmentalize everything. You do it all in category. First of all, what is the title? What is the story about? Who is his character? So once you get a gist of that, and then what is the content about for that issue? And then once you get that information, you extract it, then you can kind of create visual languages that could represent that. So, for example, that Batman there, if it was like, this is Batman in a samurai era.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, boom, okay. I'll put Batman in a samurai design with a bunch of skulls saying he's a badass, killed a bunch of guys, and that's where, he's at. Something like that. It goes like that. So it goes from very vague to something specific. It's all visual language. So everything is symbolism and visual language. And maybe that's why I really like studying astrology and all of that, because they tarot cards, I think, they have great symbolic visual imagery. I don't know much about it. I don't know how to read it, by the way. Don't ask me anything about it. But if you say like this cup represents like love, then I'm like, okay, I'll use this cup as a visual language. So studying really does I do a lot of research. I think sometimes too much, but yeah.
I'm just showing off this one because this is one of Otaku's favorite characters.
Oh, really?
Psylocke. Yeah.
Do you like doing Psylocke? I feel like, she's like one of the muses in comic books that people just enjoy, especially if you're like good at drawing the female form. Is Psylocke someone you enjoy doing, or is it like you get that commission, you're like, oh, okay, Psylocke again?
I have to say, for some reason I can never get bored with Psylocke.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she's got that perfect aesthetic, the look and everything that you can go crazy with. And as you can see, a lot of people ask me to do mashups, like samurai mashup or something mashup, and Psylocke is so good.
Yeah.
For that, especially because she's Asian, so
Asian.
she's got that perfect look. I love it. Yeah. So many people love Psylocke, by the way. Otaku, you're not the only one. When I'm at the floor at the Comic-Con, Oh my God, Psylocke. More than that's it.
There you
That's
go.
the
Oh
that's
yeah.
the guardian cat.
Boom.
It's so cute.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you see his expression. I made sure it's not aggressive. The cat very vigilant looking. You know.
Yeah.
I just made sure it's a
How
friendly
many,
love
how
one.
that
many
piece.
spirit have you trapped?
I love that piece.
And you know what's funny, because this piece, sorry, Nam, I'll answer your question later. This piece actually, I guess, universally kind of spoke to some people, because recently somebody bought it, this lady, and she turns out she was a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and she said she loved this, and somehow it spoke to her, and she's gonna put it behind at her workplace. And then turns out her patients she deals mainly with patients with sleep paralysis and nightmares.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Isn't
It's
that
all-
so
It's
weird?
all connected.
that is.
Isn't that
Wow.
many? And this was in
That's
Canada, by the way.
amazing.
I just came from Canada. It's freaking weird. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
So
you know,
now-
I'm looking at this piece now, and I told you, like, you know, I kind of struggle with anxiety throughout my life, but it gave me this sense of like I you know, it calmed me down. Like I get this sense of like security and like
Yeah.
it's just
Comforting.
It's very like chillaxing. It's crazy. Like
Yeah,
the
I wanted
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Thank you. By the way, I do have this in a canvas form. I think I only have one left. So if anybody interested, please message me.
Oh, cool.
Oof.
Very nice.
But yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. I love the
Thank
use of
you.
your colors, but I love the happy faces too on
That's actually from
here.
Spirited Away. It's a nod
Yes.
to Spirited Away. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love Spirited Away. Very cute.
I'm
I
so
love
glad
it. It
that-
seems so at peace. Yeah.
Thank you. Otaku, it's such an honor that you felt that. I feel really happy. Like you really I made my day. Thank you.
Aw.
I think
Oh,
I think yeah. I mean, there's
there you
just
go.
things that you know. There's things that cause anxiety, and there are things that relieve it. And that definitely is just an image that I think would relieve people's stress.
oh wow.
Yeah,
So
even Lorena is saying that too.
This also would relieve
very
stress for
soothing.
me.
I love feel slasher anxiety away. Yeah. Interesting.
Looks like
I
we
just
got
love seeing people
back.
do art.
But anyway,
Yeah,
now what was your
she's-
question? What was your
Oh,
question?
gorgeous.
Huh?
What
No,
was your question?
I was thinking, how many spirit have you trapped in that gate?
I have no idea. I think
the
maybe
painting.
the cat's killing it off, so don't worry. The cat is deflecting and killing it off, so don't worry. It's there to protect
it's-
you.
It's like
Yeah.
like that Ghostbuster thing, you know. Just
Yeah. Yeah, but it's as an amulet. This one is my steampunk, just my original steampunk idea of a train station.
I love
And
the lighting. Yeah.
Thank you. This dog, I think it's kind of a sad story. This dog is broken and hurt, and no one's there to help him on the tracks, and he's gonna die probably soon.
I'm having fun finding your signature. Like, oh, yeah, there's the signature. Right there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But only this angel came to say, it's okay, I'm gonna help you.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I like. I mean, you definitely spend time on backgrounds. Don't you?
Oh, I love backgrounds, by the way. I love doing architecture. That's why I worked for Game of Thrones. They ended up making me do a lot of background design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super detailed. Like, yeah, if you're on the actual Instagram looking at it, there's so much detail that you have, like in like the pillars along the side.
Yeah.
In this intricate, like the way that everything crisscrosses, it's really cool. Here, let me plop this in the chat. So if you guys want to actually click on this, you can go right to it, so you can go check it out. But it's really, really beautiful.
Thank you. I was studying a lot of old London. Yeah, that one too.
Oh,
no.
That's adorable.
I also have that.
That's by the way, I have 3 kids, and when they were little baby, that was my favorite position with them.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
putting them on your chest.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is the
Yeah.
best. Mog, so you obviously have been influenced a lot by Studio Ghibli.
Oh yeah, Studio Ghibli. Yes, yes,
This is giving off very strong Ghibli vibes, right? So
yes.
Oh,
can you talk
yes.
to like when it, because you said you didn't have really access to the movies and all. When was the first time you really kind of got to explore Miyazaki's work, and how did you, so what are some of your favorite works by him?
So my father, because of my father's work, we ended up living in Japan,
Oh, cool.
in Kobe. And
You can speak
and
Japanese.
yes.
Okay, cool.
And when I was living there, I finally got to watch the anime, and that exploded. I was there when you're talking Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop,
In the 90s, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
the Totoro, Kiki's Delivery.
Yes.
How old were you?
I was in middle school transition. I was late middle school to high school.
Yeah.
And then the Kobe earthquake happened. I was survivor there.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember the Kobe Jishin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah, lots of trials. And that, yeah,
that's
but that was, it is. But that one here is literally a swipe of, Totoro and Mei in Totoro.
Yeah.
Mei does that.
Yeah.
But I replaced it with a kitty cat.
yeah.
And
so cute.
And I remember,
Works.
I don't know if do you guys love nature? You guys like nature?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love nature. I love getting away from people, away from the noise, and just walking in the forest. And one of my favorite forests was like the redwoods, like Yosemite, Muir Woods,
Yeah.
I love
the
Red
Sequoia
Forest.
Forest.
I love Red
Right?
Forest.
Yes.
And if you notice, do you remember how when you walk through there's like moss, and they have a cool dark lighting kind of, but it's kind of very green and wet. I wanted to capture that feeling, so I put that in the cats. So that's my husband Mel.
There's Mel and there's Fong Fong, and congrats to her. She got nominated for a whole bunch of her work awards. I'm very excited about that.
I know. I was so worried about her.
It's exciting. I know she's doing so good this year. I love it.
Thank God.
I know
She deserves it.
I love seeing that. Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, nature's the best. When you just can just cut all electronics off, just go to water or just in a park or something, just walk around. It's like reviving. It really gives you your energy back.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the most wonderful feeling.
Yeah. Adorable. And here's more of your sketch cards.
Yeah.
Are these available on your SketchUp show, or these are just pre-order commissions that you do for the sketch cards?
These are already sold a long time ago. So yeah, and
I mean, if somebody wants one, is it like a con thing, or can they pre-order it? If you're gonna go to a con or something, or just get it.
They could order it. Always DM me anytime, but I have to see if it's sold or not. So most of the things that we put up here. So, but sometimes, like I said, the Guardian cat was a very special thing. So we made it. Mel made a canvas out of it, so we could sell the canvas.
Lovely. Oh, that's lovely. I very much love that. And, this is gorgeous. Oh, come on.
That's beautiful.
Is this done in pencils or inks?
This is just pencil. Yeah.
Pencil, yes. What medium do you really like working with? Because I've seen you work with a bunch of different ones.
I love pencils because I was only going to be a pencil artist, but one day, one of my fans commissioned me to do Black Panther. Okay. And he begged me, please, just add one color, purple, please. I'm like, I don't do color. Please, just do purple. Add one drop of purple. I'm like, okay, I'll try. And then he changed my world. I've only been starting to color and paint, if you can believe it, 4 years? I was only mainly a black pencil artist. Oh, hey, Nathan. Nice to see you. Thank you.
Yeah. What's up, Nate? No, I love it. I was always pencils myself for 30 years. I stuck to pencils for everything. And I started branching out to more colored pencil stuff. And then it wasn't until I got into charcoal that I just kind of went down the rabbit hole of everything, just testing it all out. But yeah, I think it's so much fun to try different styles and just work things out. But yeah, now I'm really into ink and stuff, so I'm very much excited to do like ink washing portraits, which I haven't tried yet, but I'm very much looking forward to that. Let's see. Yes, it's gorgeous. And what is up, CJ? I if you answered a question, I have a bunch of them starred, so we're gonna go down those as soon as we can. But yeah, no, your art is just so super lovely, and I just love seeing it. Oh, I love little cat. I love how you just have the cat, and then there's just a little signature, just adorable.
That's a charcoal drawing. That's a charcoal because only charcoal can get really black like that. Lead can only get so far. So
yes, that's why I went to charcoal, because I took a 5-year break from art, and then I did a portrait and I drew Morticia Addams, and I was like, pencil is just not gonna cut it.
No,
and I had like charcoal sitting in my drawer for like 25 years that I've never touched, and I was like, you know what? Let's test this out. So I very much love trying different mediums, and you really nail this like soft, lovely like vibe. I love it. It's so pretty. There's Tony.
So much.
He'll be with us next week.
Yeah, Tony's a really good
so
guy.
Pretty, so good. Oh, he's so nice. Yeah.
So I think somebody asked, "What are your thoughts on AI?" I see AI as like a calculator. When a calculator first came. Remember how the schools were reacting? Oh, calculator. They banned calculators to be used at school. Unfortunately, I was not allowed to use calculators for my math. But now look at us. We all use calculators at school for math, right?
It's on your phone.
Yeah. I just kind of see AI on that. I'm kind of neutral about it, but in the same token, I was worried, but I'm not worried because I was a traditional I'm a traditional artist. Yeah. So mainly, you can't ever replace AI. Won't ever be able to replace what I do in a way.
Yeah. For sure.
I totally agree.
Do you think though, you have to be more. You have to choreograph your process more now. Like you have to show the process a little bit because of that. You're drawing the delineation between you and maybe somebody who's using more. Like digital tools to enhance their art.
Oh, you mean, but that's being very, I guess, like cautious. But I always, because I learned from my husband, Mel, always kind of record your process just for content.
Yeah.
So I already kind of do that. So I don't really, I don't really care. Like, I don't really worry as much. I think it's because maybe for digital artists, they really have to.
Oh yeah.
They really have to fight on their whatever turf and say, look, mine's not AI, okay? It's real. It's digital. But for me, no one has ever disputed it. Now that I said it, probably someone will now. But it's kind of hard to do that when you go get
wrong spirit there.
I think there's more fish to fry on that side. We want to see a real artist right here. I actually drew it.
Sheldon has a question for you. He wants to know, like, when you start a piece, where do you start? Where do you draw your figure? Like, where do you start it? Do you start with the head, the face? Is there a certain spot that you start with, or you just kind of block things out as you go?
I would start usually. I find myself always start with the head, like just the figurehead. Okay. But for some reason, my proportion always goes awry. So I end up, believe it or not, I'm just doing either the torso lines, like the lines of how the figure is going to move, or actually I start with the feet, because thinking from upside down, because I'm forcing my brain to think upside down, not so head oriented. Just by feet, you build from up. Mine is very unusual, so don't try my method. But yeah, but you know what? For AI, back to AI thing. I think it's great for reference. By all means, use it. It's there. Why are you not using a calculator? Right? Why? Just use it. It's okay.
You just answered a reference question. That's good. because one of the person here asked chat say, what kind of reference do you use?
Yes.
Oh, I use so much reference, it's insane. My ways of research, like I said, is extreme. I do intense research, extremely intense research. So, Jesus, like just the reference alone on something, it would take me sometimes, like if I get paid a lot to do it, like say a cover art, I would take at least 3 to 4 days on research from everything from Google to Pinterest. Lately, sometimes a little bit of AI, but the AI never satisfies me. It usually proposes, but it doesn't really work well. Maybe I suck at prompting. So I end up just going back to like finding like nude pictures or fabrics and folds, all of that. It's a compilation of hundreds of images, literally.
Yeah.
So
I want to go back
You need to hire those prompt engineers.
I have to. My friend sent me a link on how to prompt very well, but I never got a chance to release it. It was a whole how to prompts, like, oh man. But yeah.
I want to go back to your time in Japan. So you said a decade out there in Japan?
No, not a decade, but I would say 4 years. So it was right around 1992 was a Kobe Jishin, right? So around that time, 1992, 1995, 96, around that time, I would say.
So you're there for your father's work and you were going to school out there.
Yeah, think like, military brat type of style. You go where the dad is stationed, kind of thing.
And then you came back to Korea after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that time like for you? Obviously, you went through the earthquake. It was traumatic, but otherwise, like, how did it? What did you learn? What did you take away from that experience?
I loved the art culture. Everything about their art culture, coming down to even the isn't it classic, right?
Hey.
Amaterasu, right?
Right?
Yeah, the Amaterasu.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen this game in a long time.
I know, it was such a beautiful game, right?
Yeah, that was. Yeah. That was a so artistic game. Such an artistic game.
I know, it was so artistic. Okami, sorry, thank you. Yeah. Okami. It was such a strange, surreal, artistic game. It's like one of the one that, like Otaku said, it soothes you, like it just kind of calms you down, I think.
Yeah, it's not like you don't get too anxiety driven with this game.
It was so beautiful. I think that's why it was just so aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
you can't help but just love it. But you know how, like, even down to the bentos, where they, instead of soy sauce packets here, they had those like little fish, plastic fish bottles to squeeze the soy sauce. I'm like, why? This is just a cheap bento. Why are they making so much fuss over making it as pleasing as possible? Like, this is insane. That attention to detail and the craftsmanship just blew my mind. However, maybe because I wasn't living in Tokyo, I was living more like in rural Japan. There was a lot of racism, and I didn't like that part. I'm sorry, otaku, no offense, but at that time,
it's a real thing. Yeah,
it's they're very racist. They were very racist back then when I was living there. So I was uncomfortable in my skin the whole time, but their culture was just so beautiful. I don't know. It was a mixed balance, but I learned a lot artistically. I think if I haven't been there, I'm not sure if I would have developed this kind of style because of that. So, yeah.
Wow.
Have you been back since, like, as an adult, like traveled there? I know you said you went to Maui, and do you go to Hawaii? It sounds like you go to Hawaii quite frequently, but do you travel back to Asia or other countries?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, the thing about the Hawaii, you're very intuitive, I think, otaku. My husband has been raised in Hawaii, That's why he's got a lot of Hawaii connections. Yeah.
Cool. Hawaii is a beautiful place. I can understand why, even if you didn't have connections there, why you'd want to go.
I can share. Let's see.
Let's see. I can go back here. Yeah, if you want to share something, go for it. Let me see. There's a couple other questions that people had. Team wanted to know, what is your favorite thing to draw?
I love drawing girls, first of all. Maybe because I'm a girl. But
yeah.
aside from that, I know this sounds kind of boring, but I like drawing still lives. I don't know why. I love architecture. I love drawing backgrounds.
Yes.
I think I like building the kind of mood, like you step into that world. I love that.
Are you good at detail work? Are you? Doesn't that frustrate you?
What do you mean? Like,
no, getting into detail. I mean, I don't know how you guys just detail.
Oh man, I hate details. But you know what? For some reason, I became known as a detail artist. Yeah. It's like a curse. I think I just realized something. You know, just because you don't like it or you don't like doing it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be bad at it. Isn't it weird? Sometimes you're good at the thing you don't like. Why is that?
Yeah.
Does it happen to you guys?
It's like a curse, right? It's like a curse, right?
Has that happened to you where you're like, I don't like doing this, but why am I good at it? Has that
some people, there's a lot of people that don't like drawing like mechs or like cars because of all the line work, but then some people are so good at it, but they complain about it a lot. But it's like, dude, you're doing it so well. Just keep going.
But there's art though. But I'm wondering, is it
something
aside from that? You guys find yourself like, I hate doing this. Why am I good at this? No.
No, I'm more of a portrait, but then I also got really big into like, I don't know why, like cabins and then like nature stuff for a long time. But I love jumping around. It's fun. Yeah.
I'm good at fixing things at home.
Oh yeah, but you don't necessarily mean you like it, right? But
no, because my wife make me do stuff, and I go, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
No,
I'm really good at it.
Yeah, no, I'm good at IT and fixing tech stuff. So I was designated the IT person for everyone with like my 80-plus-year-old people at work for like 10 years. So like,
IT person, that's another thing I don't want to do.
I hate that.
Oh my god,
you're good at something, yeah.
No, that's terrible.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay. Here, let me add this. Are you ready to share that?
Yeah, because I think was it Alan? So this is the kind of my thought process. So this was a cover commission I had to do. Oh, wow. And it was Spectrus and Sabanian #1, the moon. It was a tarot card format with the story combined. So I would break it down, like what is this card? What are the symbolisms? So I'll break all the information down that is imagery related. So I made this whole visual board myself. So this is how I work, okay? Wow. And then I would look at more elements that will go in, and each piece what it means, you know. So when I put it there, it's not just for because it's pretty. No, I hate that stuff. When you get those dishes, you order something, and they put a fucking. I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to swear, right?
Oh, you did.
They put a. They put a.
You don't know us well.
Like a flower, Uh-huh. I'm like, why are you putting a flower on a steak dish? Is this palatable? I get pissed off. So after all of
this, spent so much money on kale for decoration purposes before people were actually eating it.
Oh my god!
So I do this kind of text study.
How can you be better at prompting?
Wow,
I don't know. And then I would images that fits that imagery, right? I would research all of this.
That's amazing.
All of this, something even that.
Yeah.
Everything has a meaning, by the way. So these are the images I would use, imageries.
Wow.
And then after that, this is another card that I did before, another cover. So I would use this as a format, the tarot card border lines. I would take that into consideration. And then that guy is going to be in there too. Like it was like a watery image called the moon. And then I created that. So from all of that imagery compilation, I would create a thumbnail. This is just a rough. This is just a rough. But do you see the process kind of, and then this becomes
that's amazing.
something else. So that's my process usually.
Amazing.
So like I said, remember how Otaku I talked to you about, even if it's astrology, I don't care. It has to make A plus B equals C.
Yeah.
Art is not really science, but I apply that kind of logic to create that outcome.
And do you create so you take elements, do you create your own like mythology around your image then?
Not too complex. I want it to be enough where people can understand it in a gut instinctual way, just like the cat. As long as it's like a storytelling element, that's enough for you to get that overall story or the emotion. That's my thing. I don't create a mythology, but yes, maybe roundabout way, I would say yes. I have my own visual language library, and I will pull from there.
Yeah, what? It seems like you like
haiku.
Draw upon the astrology first of all, right? Astrology seems to be one of the things you focus on, and then add other elements to it.
Yes, like in that case specifically, I had to because that's a tarot card format. But regular comics covers, I don't really do that because it doesn't really need it. So yeah, building the mental library.
That's awesome. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's amazing to see your process.
Do you want to see the ending of it?
Yes.
What it looks like?
Sure, please.
I would definitely do.
Okay, let's see. I would think. Okay, let me see if I can share that. Share. Okay, here it is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So you remember that guy, the weird random police guy, whatever?
Yeah,
he's actually one of the characters here because the
I see him.
publisher wanted me to add him because he's an important character in this imagery. So the challenge is, how do you make a tarot card that actually is readable as a tarot card, and also put the story element that's relevant to the story? So all of that had to be put in. So this guy, his logo that he wears on his patch, the Moon Crew, is, as you can see right here. So I add that in, and those fishes that you saw, because this card is called the Moon, and surprisingly, I didn't know this, but tarot cards are related to astrological signs, and it was actually associated with Pisces. That's why I added the fish here.
Yes,
and
Pisces,
the logo Pisces here, and then the ruling, supposedly, I think, planet is Neptune, so I put the logo Neptune there.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And this is about the subconsciousness meeting the consciousness. So as you can see, that's why I chose this imagery where she's just about to touch the surface, right? Coming from the subconscious to the conscious. That's the right position. Yeah.
What's the placement? He's going to place your subconscious?
Yeah, so we don't know if this is going to be a healthy direction or an unhealthy direction. So the card supposedly means that if you're too much in your, it's all about, the moon is about escapism. The card, it symbolizes escapism. So if the reality is too harsh, we go to the subconscious world, right? Daydream. But sometimes some people, they run to the material world because they run away from their subconsciousness. They don't want to deal with their inner stuff, right? They run away. So they fill their lives with material goods or just party and everything. They're trying to drown themselves. Yeah. So neither one. Exactly. Neither one is healthy. Neither one is healthy.
Yeah.
So we don't know. And the thing is that, you know, that thing where sometimes if you keep running away, one day you wake up and suddenly somebody knocks on your door and then they sue you for, like, you find yourself, you're being sued for like 37 cases or something like that. A monster hits you, slams in your face. You can't run away anymore, right?
Mhm.
So this centipede that you saw is kind of like that monster coiling you. You can't run away.
Mm.
You know, it's gonna come to the surface regardless.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
the most healthy thing is, I think, is right where you just kind of have to be balanced between the two. And this hands that are thrusting, this is simple. This is like Ankh that's holding the Neptune. So it's going into the subconscious, which is the Neptune, like Pisces world, I would say. And then this is Mercury going towards the conscious world, which is the materialistic, logical side.
Mhm.
So it symbolizes these two juxtaposition, like going like this. So everything in the tarot card imagery here is about contrast.
Mhm.
The two opposing themes coming together. And if you swing either way, where are you at? Are you in a bad place right now in this world? Are you in this or in a good position? It's all about that. That's what I love about, I like about tarot cards is you can study, you can play with imagery, like these imageries so much. It's insane. I love it.
Yeah.
But
Sounds
yeah.
like a great exercise on creativity.
It's
Yeah.
really fun. Also, if that centipede was on my leg as well, I would have checked out.
Right?
Completely.
Yeah. So all my tarot card
Yeah.
series, by the way, this book is called Spectres and Savannah. You guys, people just buy this because they like the artwork. I mean, the story is great
Yeah.
too, by the way. It's a supernatural story, by the way. And great art, great writer. This is literally spells out moon. I just did it phonetically. So all my cards,
Oh, that's cool.
the images, hieroglyphics, it's just a phonetic thing.
Mm.
And there's more symbolism in here, but I don't want to bore you guys. So that's just
was
one
this-
images.
Was this part of a
Did you do
Kickstarter or is
more-
this like
how many
available on the
tarot cards did
website?
you do in total? Is this just one of just like a commission to do one, or are you planning to do more from this series?
Yeah.
Like a set?
So far I've done, I think number 1, this is the moon. Number 2, gosh, it's strength. 3, 4. I think I only did 5.
5 cards.
And
Okay.
yeah, 5 cards. And I don't know if I want to, but so many people ask me to do cards. I should do a whole card, but
You should do a set. I mean,
I know, but
and print them. These are great.
I don't know, but they do take a while.
Yeah, it
And
take a long
sometimes-
time to do a set.
Yeah, right.
Especially
Because
with this
doing all
amount
that
of
research.
But
How
the
long
research
did this take you?
This one, bro, this one took me, this is the fastest I've done. This one took me about 10 days, but that's really fast.
Wow.
The rest of them, you're talking like, I don't know, sometimes 2 to 4 weeks.
Amazing.
And it sucks a lot from you. I don't know why, but whenever I just do a tarot card cover like this, I even tell my husband, don't talk to me, and I shut the door. I have to like shut. I don't know. I can't do anything, but I have to shut everything away. I have to focus everything in it and research intently.
Mhm.
And then almost like you're tapping into maybe like what Nam said, you have to tap into all of these things, patterns and stuff, and then pull out the visual language is appropriate for it.
Right.
So, yeah.
This is
But
fun.
yeah.
In terms of your color palette, like, is that like how do you when do you land on that, or do you know that from the start, like kind of what you want to do with the colors? Because the colors here are just I mean, it's so colorful first off, but I'm sure you're very intentional with what you're trying to communicate.
Yeah, you know, the color. I've only been coloring maybe like 4 to 5 years, I think. Oh, that's the one thing I suck at. I think maybe that's why my process is long. I don't really know. I just have a vague idea. I should really know exactly what the outcome will be, but I don't. I just go where it feels right when it comes to color. Everything else, up to the elements and the design, everything is all intentional. But I don't know why when it comes to color, it's just like, oh. And sometimes I would have to redo things because the color isn't right. Yeah. Oh, it's 9 p.m. Okay, it's 2 hours. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Only gonna be 1 hour.
I know we were gonna cut it down. We were talking so long. We were just
I'm so sorry.
mesmerized by everybody. It's okay. Here, let's do this real quick. Before we get out of here, I know. Do you have any other besides your show tomorrow, which I will link right now to the actual show? So if you can just go click this and put a notification on. This is the link to your show tomorrow for SketchUp for the ladies' night. Right here, and go and do that. But you gonna be at any cons or any other appearances coming out?
I don't remember. I don't know. All I can think of right now is all I can think of right now is just tomorrow. My every Thursday show. But yeah.
Okay. Oh, it will come right through you. It'll come right through you.
No, I don't know. Those mundane like number stuff. My husband's a whiz at that. Oh, yes, thank you, Christina.
All the links. Yeah, they're all in the description. But yes, let's see. Anybody else have anything that they want to talk about before we get out of here? Anybody else doing anything? But we have way more guests coming up. I know we had to rearrange a few people, but I believe the 14th we have Tony Moy coming up. Who's your next guest, Otaku?
Tomorrow we have Stephen Yu on, and then Friday we have Philip Jin. So yeah, hopefully, obviously you want to attend Mog Park's, drawing session tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Yeah, try to do everything.
Thank you.
Multiple
so much,
tabs. Yes. But yeah, thanks to everybody for coming here. Thanks for everybody that was hanging in chat. We had almost 100 people on all the platforms that we were on. So it was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. Look, we're at 97 right now. Let's go. What? It's fantastic. Yeah, that's fun. But we're gonna get out of here. But thank you very much, Mog, for coming on here. If you ever want to come on, like you see a co-host and you just want to come on and harass them, you're more than welcome to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's by the time I got to hang with you on a panel, so hopefully we get to do that more.
You guys are really cool. You guys, except for Alan, I don't know about you. You're so quiet. Maybe you're watching something else the whole time. It's okay. I get you. Otaku. I love your questions, Otaku. You're really
we
good.
We gotta drink some time down the road.
Oh, that'd be fun. Hopefully. We all need to hit up a con sometime and then go out for drinks and karaoke. Let's do that.
No, not while a con. I'm sorry. I don't have energy. Some outside of con, but yes. But anyway, thank you so much. You guys are wonderful hosts, and the guests here, it was so good to see like some of my peeps from my show. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Christina, you're so sweet. I don't know who you are, but you're very sweet. And Nam,
she's a community's favorite.
Okay. And Nam, 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Here, give us the dimple smile one time before we go.
You're so cute.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Bye. Go check out all the rest of our content. See you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.